Traders are using pivot points to decide areas of support and resistance, but what are pivot points and how should you use them in the best manner? Our guest today is John Person, an expert in that area. So John, first of all, let's define what a pivot point is.
Absolutely. First off, pivot points are based off a mathematical formula. They've been around a little bit of history. From my understanding and research, a man by the name of Henry Wheeler Chase developed the formula back in the early 30s. Through the ages, it was sort of a lost indicator, so to speak. Then Larry Williams repopularized them. He wrote about them in a page or so in his book, How I Made $1 Million Trading Commodities, back in, I believe, 1979. When I got in the industry in 1980, I worked with George Lange for 2 years, and I learned how to use an indicator that he developed, stochastics. But migrating to the floor, everyone on the floor at the Chicago Board of Trade had these secret numbers, and they were based off this mathematical formula, which was derived by the actual pivot point, which is from taking the sum of the high-low close, averaging it out, divided by 3. And then from there, there's a further math calculation that gives us a targeted future resistance level 1, a targeted future resistance 2. So you get 2 resistance level, and then as well you get 2 support levels. It was one of the best leading price indicators because it contained and was derived from prices as well as time. So from the prior time period, most people used pivots for the end of day. So they would be able to see what hidden support and resistance values would be for the next day. It was kind of like a way to plan the trade, and then when prices came to those support levels, if you were bullish, you'd be buying near those predetermined or pre-calculated support levels. What I came to discover back in about 1985 is instead of using them on a daily basis, because I was doing a lot of work as I was taught, start from the left and to the right. In other words, start with your higher degree time frame and then go down to your lower degree time frame. So start with your monthly, your weekly, your daily. And so we would look at, in trading bond futures at the time, looking at moving averages and the trend for monthly, weekly, and daily. And then I came up with the conclusion to start using those pivots to see how they would work for higher degree time frames. As my trading evolved, I just noticed by the use and probably spending 40,000 hours studying charts and doing technical analysis that when we were bullish, the market never got down to that second support level, and generally we would go up to that second resistance. So I came up with the person's pivots indicator, which is based off a moving average value, which helps filter out the market condition, its current condition, and then under that condition, it just gives me what I perceive to be the potential range in that condition. So for example, Tim, if we're bullish, it'll lay on the chart the support target S1, and then the resistance R2, and then of course the pivot or the typical price in the middle. So if the market's truly bullish, if it breaks the S1, then probably conditions have changed. Maybe an economic report has occurred, poor earnings, something has altered the condition or trend of the market. And that's one way. So using person's pivots, helps me define what the condition of the market is, and under that condition defines what the potential range or high and low of the next time frame will be.
All right, John, you've written about some of these, and you're an author. You've got books about these. If somebody wants to investigate this more, what should they do?
Sure. I've written 3 books on trading, combining candles with pivot point analysis. My second book, titled Candlestick and Pivot Point Trading Triggers, really defined a few trading systems, methodologies, exact entry and exit points. The books were all published by John Wiley & Sons.
John, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Tim.
You're watching the MoneyShow.com video network.